Coco Gauff mention follows Pegula denying Anisimova to reach Dubai final. Jessica Pegula recovered from being 6-1, 3-1 down to defeat Amanda Anisimova 1-6, 6-4, 6-3 in 2 hours and 2 minutes, advancing to the Dubai final, a result that was paired in wider coverage with headline attention on Coco Gauff and Alina Svitolina. Pegula improved to 5-0 against Anisimova and will face Alina Svitolina for the title. Pegula's comeback and match specifics. Pegula trailed after dropping the opening set 1-6 and falling 3-1 behind early in the second, but she rallied to win the next 2 sets and closed the semifinal in just over 2 hours. The victory extended her perfect head-to-head record against Anisimova to 5-0 and moved Pegula into her 21st career final on the WTA Tour. Match length was 2 hours and 2 minutes. Coco Gauff, Svitolina angle and final pairing. Other headlines have drawn attention to a Coco Gauff versus Alina Svitolina storyline. Within the Dubai event, the immediate factual takeaway is that Pegula will meet Alina Svitolina in the final. Pegula leads her head-to-head with Svitolina 5-3 overall, and holds a 5-2 edge on outdoor hard courts. Pegula is bidding to lift the Dubai trophy for the first time. How Pegula turned the match. The match swung without a single dramatic turning point. Pegula chipped away through tactical adjustments. She began drawing overhead errors with high defensive lobs and disrupted timing with defensive slices, gradually taking momentum. From 4-3 down in the third, Pegula won 7 of the next 8 games to build a decisive lead. She described relying on movement and stamina, saying she was running a lot and focused on staying in the points as her opponent was hitting a really big ball. What to watch in the final? Key observable indicators to follow into the final include Pegula's recent form in long matches, her head-to-head edge over Svitolina, and the tactical tools she used to reverse momentum in the semifinal. Anisimova herself had shown resilience earlier in the tournament, recovering in her previous match from a sizable deficit to win, which underlines the physical and mental demands of the draw. Key takeaways. Pegula advanced after a comeback. She will face Svitolina. Wider coverage has highlighted Coco Gauff in relation to Svitolina. Looking ahead, the final will offer a direct test of whether Pegula's tactical adjustments and movement can be sustained against an opponent she has beaten more often than not. If she maintains the level that produced 7 of 8 games won late in the semifinal, she will arrive in the title match with clear momentum. If Svitolina can disrupt that rhythm, the head-to-head balance suggests a competitive match. Echoes on the blue court, Coco Gauff in Dubai and the rhythm of resilience. Dubai, with its blazing sun and shimmering skyline, has never been merely a stop on the tour. It's a crucible, a place where dreams are sharpened, confidence is forged, and narratives are rewritten. And in 2026, at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, the storyline of one of tennis's brightest stars, Coco Gauff, has been undulating like the tide, full of promise, poetry, and palpable heartbreak. Less than a year ago, Gauff's name graced the headlines for her explosive power, her growing tactician's mind, and her fierce competitiveness under pressure. This year, her voyage through the tournament was a testimony to both her talent and her stubborn refusal to surrender, but also a reminder of how merciless and exquisite sport can be. For Gauff, momentum was rising. From the earliest rounds in Dubai, Gauff carried the rhythm of a player brimming with intent. In the round of 16, she survived a harrowing test of nerve and endurance, saving 3 match points to overcome Belgium's Elise Mertens in a rollercoaster encounter that surely carved new layers into her deepening mental ruggedness. There was grit in every swing, a particular fire in her eyes that suggested Gauff wasn't just playing matches, she was making statements. And statement after statement followed. In the quarters, she dismantled rising sensation Alexandra Ila with a swift, clinical performance. A 6-0, 6-2 victory that was as emphatic as her serve and ground strokes. The message was clear. Coco had arrived in Dubai not just as a competitor, but as a powerhouse with purpose. But tennis, like life, rarely bows to linear narratives. A semi-final that hung on every breath. Standing between Gauff and a potential All-American final was Alina Svitolina, a seasoned warrior whose intelligence and physicality have often frustrated even the most aggressive opponents. What unfolded was a semi-final worthy of myth-making, a clash of wills that stretched over more than 3 hours, filled with twists that tugged at every emotional sinew of those watching. Gauff started strong, crafting opportunities and pushing her opponent into long, punishing rallies. There was a moment in the second set where Coco summoned her grit and poise to clinch an almost mythical tiebreak, saving multiple match points and refusing to concede. The crowd leaned forward. The stakes soared. It was poetry in motion, raw, unfiltered, and electrifying. Yet, despite that massive fightback, Svitolina's calm determination would ultimately edge past Gauff's fiery brilliance. The Ukrainian took the third set, serving out the match in a tense, strategically overt battle that left both players physically exhausted and mentally drained. For Coco, the defeat stung. But not with bitterness, with that strange kind of gratitude that only emerges from matches played at the very edge of what the body and soul can endure. Beyond Gauff's semi-final, the unfolding of another story. Meanwhile, elsewhere on the court, a different battle was being waged, one that carried its own poetry and surprise. In a semi-final clash that reshaped the tournament landscape, Jessica Pegula faced her fellow American Amanda Anisimova. Anisimova, brimming with power and belief after recent performances, tore through the first set, 6-1, and even threatened to dominate early with a 3-1 lead in the second. Yet in the theater of sport, momentum is not an absolute, it's a fickle, fleeting ghost. Pegula, renowned for her tactical ingenuity and measured resilience, began to weave her comeback. Game by game, she clawed her way back into the match, the scoreline shifting like tectonic plates under an earthquake. Before long, she was the one steering the narrative, winning the second, seizing the third, and with it, a place in the Dubai final. The result wasn't just another win in Pegula's resume, it was a testament to how persistence, patience, and cerebral play can overturn even the most lopsided beginnings. And in doing so, Pegula denied Anisimova a ticket to contest for the title, a dramatic twist that prevented what might have been a fitting All-American final against Gauff. What it all means. A reflection on Gauff's journey. So what does this moment, this confluence of Gauff's near triumph and Pegula's comeback, say about Coco's place in this swirling, kinetic moment of tennis? Firstly, it underscores that Gauff is not just a player on the rise, she is already among the game's major forces. Her matches are no longer just contests of athleticism, they are narratives woven with layers of strategy, heart, and personal evolution. Her semi-final loss doesn't diminish her brilliance, it illuminates it. To push a seasoned champion like Svitolina into a marathon contest, to save match point after match point in the heart of battle, to show tenacity beyond her